guest is an Academy Award-winning actor. Give it up for Eddie Redmayne. How do you pick your characters? Because you pick some amazing things to portray.
Do you know, it's always, for me, been instinct. It's, when you read a script, I don't know how you find it, but there's a moment often when I'm reading scripts when you're seeing this story in your imagination and then suddenly something happens when you picture yourself in it. And normally that coincides with a slight lurch feeling in your stomach. And that's me going, oh, I've got to do this now, you know? And so normally the feeling of feeling sick means that's how I choose a character. It's very odd.
Do you ever get afraid of the characters? Like, oh my God, how will I approach this?
Always.
Always.
I mean, how do you feel fear when you? I mean, when you were playing Miss Franklin, did you feel?
Oh my God, I was terrified. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
but every day, or did there come a moment when you?
I think it was more so in the beginning, like when you're trying to process. That's why I'm so fascinated to hear from you. I never would have thought, like, wow, to get a dancing coach or what we would call a movement coach, would you say?
Alex, who's the dancer, the movement coach that I work with, she is trained as a dancer, but also her instincts for everything, for being in the world are so extraordinary that, of course, it's so helpful just having a sounding board. Because the weird thing about films often is you kind of prepare in a vacuum. You like prepare by yourself and then you suddenly have to enter the character at a totally random scene in the middle of the story. And it's like, how do you make sure that that's like grounded and real from the second you start?
Exactly, because it's important for it to come from a real place, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's how people receive it. Congratulations on everything. You just got your star on the Walk of Fame. What was that like? How did that
feel? I can tell you, it is one of those moments that it's hard to describe because, you know, I mean, hello, youngest EGOT winner.
Thank you.
EGOT, guys, like,
oh God,
it is hard to get any one of those, to get an Emmy, to get a Grammy, to get an Oscar, to get a Tony. You got them all, and young. So you know how that feels to get those accolades. But there's a whole different thing because you see your awards yourself, you know, every day at your house. When you're a part of the Walk of Fame, people from all over the world get to celebrate you when they see your name on that sidewalk. And it was so humbling. Very, very humbling.
That's amazing. Who are some of the stars next to your star?
Ooh, I got a good block, guys.
Ooh, who you got?
I'm a huge fan of Shaka Khan.
Oh my God, aren't we all? Yes.
Holly Robinson Pete.
Oh wow.
Angela Lansbury, Dean Martin. And I'm one of those people, I was obsessed with Murder, She Wrote. So the fact that, you know, her star, I'm not kidding, we were meant to be. Her star is basically on a diagonal, and if we were touching tips, we're like this.
Aww.
I just was so...
That's meant to be, that's like a full circle.
Yeah.
You willed that.
Yeah.
I would say, okay, now I see you post, because sometimes we got to lay on the ground to get next to that star.
Yes.
Did you practice that?
It's funny, but it didn't occur to me until the morning of. Because I remember, oh, it's on the ground. And people, you know, you have to present the star. And I'm thinking, well, you know, I need to lay down in front of the mirror and see how this looks.
Yes. And then you got to think that outfit through, too, right?
Exactly.
Because when I said I think my skirt was shorter than yours.
Well, now, I want you to notice the direction of my leg. There's toward the street.
Oh.
And I'm wearing a skirt. I hadn't even thought about that. I should have angled toward the wall, but, you know, somebody got an extra little something that day if they were passing by.
Oscar-winning star having tail. Okay. So you grew up in Alabama, right?
Yes, yes.
Did you ever imagine that you would get a star, you would win an Oscar, I mean, and do so many great things?
Here's what I will say. Yes, I did imagine it. Because I imagined that it would or that it could happen, not that it would. But if you don't allow the space for it being able to happen, it won't.
Yes.
So you have to.
Yes. Have your parents always been supportive?
Yeah.
Aww.
That one's actually mad. That was a healthy eating award thing. For the school, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, my goodness. Well, I was wondering, so has your parents ever been supportive? They've been always supportive?
Yeah, very, very. They've been incredible. They weren't ever too pushy.
Right.
They just, they knew I loved it and they supported me and drove me everywhere. Yes, my mum and dad.
Are they
That's so
musicians?
No, no one in my family.
No one?
My dad's awful at singing, and my mum is good. My mum's good.
She's good?
Yeah, she's good. She's good. She
Interesting.
can hold a
Where do you
tune.
think you get that voice from?
I don't know. Chaka Khan, probably.
You were the first Hispanic and the third person in history to earn an EGOT. What does that mean to you?
Do they know? Tell them what an EGOT is.
Do you know what an EGOT is?
See, not all of them do.
See, yeah, because I find it interesting and I'm the 17th EGOT. She's the third, I'm the 17th. And
That's
so,
right. You have an EGOT also.
yes,
An EGOT
and I
also.
think you were the good luck charm because after I saw you, that's when I completed the EGOT. So,
But you know what? Before I forget, you have been picked up for a second season.
Yes, and then that. You know that. Thank you. Can I ask you a question? Where do you keep your awards?
Well, it used to be in a cardboard box in the garage.
What?
And then when I got married, my husband said, hey, wait, I know you have awards. Where are they? And I said, oh, yeah, they're in the garage in a box. And he said, why? And I hear that you are similar. And I said, well, you know, it feels like I'm showing off. And that kind of embarrasses me. Mm-hmm. And I hear you were kind of like that, too.
Yes.
And he said to me something really meaningful. He said, Rita, you earned those. You didn't buy them.
That's right. Every inch of them. You definitely did. You have lived an incredible life.
So they are in the living room.
You put them in the living room.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I introduced mine to each other.
Do you?
Yes, I said, because think about it, like people always talk about the EGOT, right? But it's like, well, who has really ever seen them together? So I said, Emmy, this is Grammy, this is Oscar, this is Tony. And then I took a picture with them, and just so they could meet each other because they had never met.
So sweet.
Yeah, to keep them around.
Wow.
See, and that, see, look, there it is. So, yeah, that's a dream to do.
See, I have that too. And, you have to see my documentary.
I would love to see your documentary.
I have them like that too.
You do?
Mine, yeah.
Oh my God.
Of course you keep them together, you know.
I am an honor to sit next to you. We both are EGOT winners.
EGOT winner.
Oh my God, I got an EGOT winner on the couch. What number are you?
I was number 15.
Number 15.
Yeah.
You're the first black man to receive an EGOT. What does that mean?
Well, the wild thing about it was I won it at the same time with my collaborators on Jesus Christ Superstar Live.
We saw that.
So, you know, the great Andrew Lloyd Webber, who's written, a jillion successful musicals, and his partner Tim Rice, who has worked with him on so many of those. They both were producers with me on Jesus Christ Superstar Live, and we all completed our EGOT at the same time because they needed an Emmy as well.
Wow.
And so I got to win it with Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, Sir Tim Rice, all at the same time, and it was really special.
That sounds extra special.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to know which one is most meaning for you, like out of the EGOT, the Grammy, the Oscar?
Well, the Grammys always mean a lot because, I came into this business as a musician first, and when I grew up, I would watch the Grammys and want to win Grammys.
too.
And I didn't have any dreams of winning an Oscar. I didn't have any dreams
I'll
of
take
winning
it,
an
though.
Emmy. I'll take them all.
Right.
But winning Grammys was always, my goal as a musician, or one of my goals. But I think the most special one was the one I won with Common. It was really special.
Yes.
Yes. And we won it for writing a song called Glory for a film called Selma. And, that film was just so meaningful because it, covered the life of Dr. King and the fight for voting rights. And in that moment, it was not too long after Michael Brown and Trayvon, and a lot of people were still literally marching in the streets, protesting for Black lives. And so we were able to be up on that stage and honor the movement in a really beautiful way in front of hundreds of millions of people around the world. So that was very special.
Yes, I remember when y'all won.
Yeah.
That performance was amazing, and to see you two, you guys are such a great representation. So I was so proud just to sit back and watch y'all win that.
It was special.
It was super special. I got another question though. Someone just asked me this. Which one do you feel was the hardest to get out of the
hardest? I think probably the Emmy because...
Mine too, okay. We got the same journey, y'all.
The Emmy because it's just hard doing a live musical on national television, and I'd never really started a musical. You've done musical theater more than I have, but when I did Jesus Christ Superstar, I had never starred, not even in high school, in a musical. I did little parts here and there, but I'd never done anything that intense and that, you know, that required so much preparation and work, and it was a lot.
Well, you did it, that's for sure, because you sure got that Emmy, honey.
Yes, we did.
Now, you're not the first EGOT to sit on the couch. Rita Moreno was here.
Rita Moreno,
yes,
I
and
love
she
her.
is amazing. She's the third?
You remember all the numbers?
I'm trying. I was, you know.
You're remembering the list in order.
I'm learning, like trying to see, okay, so I had the 17 hit. Oh, she's 3, right?
There she is, number 3. That's
and
amazing.
You are
I'm number 15.
number 15. But you know what? I got a little something for you.
And
for
welcome
your
to
baby.
Viola Davis.
Oh my God. We can't. Yes, Miss Viola. Thank you, John. Honey, when Miss Viola won.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
See, we having EGOT moments. Okay.
Yes.
So that's my
15.
something. This is for your baby.
Yes.
And this is for you.
Thank you.
15.
I'm not a good hat wearer. I got a big old head.
No. You know, there you go, your EGOT swag.
I got a big old head.
But listen, no, we gotta go back to Viola Davis. When Miss Viola Davis won, did y'all
Yes.
see that? Baby, beyond well-deserved, she was here too, so making more room. So another thing my kid loves to do, if we're out and about, now he calls me Jennifer Hudson instead of mommy, right? So when he see like an athlete or somebody he want to meet, come here, tell him you Jennifer Hudson. Do your baby do you like that?
Yes, she does. She has met Taylor Swift. She has been Billie Eilish. And all of it is because of me. And she goes to the VIP section. She hobnobs with the people. She does all of that. She'll go to her friends. She went to camp. She told everyone at the camp who her mom was. I said, Genesis, did you tell people who I was? She said, no, Mama, I didn't say anything to anyone. But you could tell all of them. She said, well, you know what? There's someone who really wants to be your assistant, and then I got somebody who really wants to sign an application to be my nanny, and then I got another one. That's Genesis.
If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.